All right, we're talking R. Kelly, but not too deep into the case. Basically, the criminal charges back from, wow, good lord, 2019. Fast forward to September 27th when a guilty verdict was brought onto the Pied Piper of R&B. And without being surprised at all, there was a brief increase in the streaming of R. Kelly music because personally, I'm not saying he's innocent or guilty. I never watched the tape. I don't plan on ever watching it. And I will say, this isn't a situation where he's a black martyr. This isn't, Huey on the Boondocks said it best, in regards to not every black man on trial is Nelson Mandela, but the music itself, I grew up with it. I still love R. Kelly music because I never met the man. I don't know the man, but you ain't going to tell me that if Ignition came on right now, you wouldn't be moving something. Aside from people who say, I'll be moving my finger towards the mouse to click off the music or hit the button on the radio, but I don't know. As it says in the article on Billboard, after the release of Surviving R. Kelly, the music streaming went up, and that's not a surprise whatsoever. There's a chart that if I could edit it so it looks good on screen, I'll put it on screen, but when Surviving R. Kelly came out in 2019, his streaming and airplay soared. And, over the years, it kind of went down, but went back up slightly. So just so you know, when he got the guilty verdict, he got a boost, but not as big a boost as it was in 2019. But recently, I did see that on Tuesday, YouTube permanently disabled R. Kelly's official channels on the platform, which will likely impact his future streaming totals. I'm not trying to pull the race card in this, but aren't there a bunch of these, Hollywood directors, other musical artists, basically famous white people who have been accused of either similar or other forms of sexual misconduct? I don't really see YouTube or any of these networks or streaming services pulling their projects off of the platform. That's why I'm not really big in the discussion or really rallying behind like Black Lives Matter or Me Too or Time's Up or the LGBTQ movement and all. I just feel like all these movements have their own kind of agendas, because I feel like they weaponize certain things and they go after specific people, as opposed to keeping the same energy when it comes to people, regardless of, okay, here are 5 guys who conducted sexual misconduct. We're going to cancel the black guy. Well, what about the white man? What about the woman? What about it's just one of those things where, when it comes to the case, hey, guilty, do whatever you do with him. But in regards to the man's, music and everything, which honestly, I don't even know if he has the rights to a lot of this stuff. The royalties and stuff like that. So it's not like it's technically his anymore, because I believe he gave up royalties a long time ago. Like he gave it up to something, or did he lose it in like a game? I forgot. But regardless, I just feel like the media should stop focusing on the R. Kelly story, because if he was found guilty, so all right, what's the next person? You don't have to keep replaying the same black man when there are other men or just people in general who have done the same thing, if not worse, because Hugh Hefner was glorified when he died, and you're telling me the Playboy Mansion didn't have similar things going on like R. Kelly? Look, I never picked up a Playboy. The only time I remember seeing Hugh Hefner was in the episode of The Fresh Prince. That was the point of the series. I didn't like it because it felt like that part of the show focused more on, in today's episode, the guest star will be, it felt like the new Scooby-Doo Mysteries, where every time there was an episode, oh, here's Don Knotts, here's Batman and, Robin. Every episode had a guest star, and Hugh Hefner was on there. But Let me know your thoughts. How do you feel about R. Kelly being ruled as guilty? I know for me personally, it's like, well, hey, I never followed the story. Like, I was a kid when the cases were brought up, when the video was apparently everywhere. Look, I had dial-up, so I know, even if I was able to get on the computer and watch the video as a kid, it would have taken like probably 2 hours. And I'm just thankful I never saw it, nor do I plan on watching it. But that's really all I got to say. I don't think his music is going to be completely snuffed out no matter what they do, no matter how many platforms they take it off of. It's the internet. But I still love the music. I mean, I'm mostly sad that we'll never get a conclusion to Trapped in the Closet, regardless of how ridiculous the story got as the chapters went on. But yeah, are there any other pop culture things you want me to talk about? And how do you feel? Do you agree with me when I say that if you're going to go on these witch hunts for certain people for doing things, why stop at certain people? You know, keep going, because obviously Hollywood is sketchy, guys. Just saying. All right, well, I'll leave a link to the Billboard article in the comment section below, and I'll catch you in the next video.